Hey there, folks. It's 9:01 a.m. Friday, August 19th, 2022. I want to talk about got an eyelash in the wrong place or something. I wanted to talk about those little black blotches that keep zooming right by the corner of your eye. You're just relaxing, looking at something, all of a sudden it's like zoom, right? And usually it's slower near where the floor meets the wall. It's right in that basic area, maybe 8 inches above the ground, maybe a foot. Sometimes it could be 3 foot, 4 foot right in front of your face, but generally speaking, for most people, that's where it is. They'll get your attention, like running across the corner of the floorboard there by the wall, and then they go up a little bit, about a foot, to make sure that you can see them. And sometimes people see that and they think, oh, a demon's chasing me or something like that. No, folks, it's nothing like that. That's your spirit guides. They literally take their energy and condense it to the point where light has a problem going through it. They can't create a solid, orb of black energy that you can't go through. When you condense your energy, it goes black. I can see a mother, who's got real beautiful pink energy, and the second she thinks her children are being attacked or whatever, she condenses her money. She goes from pink to black. When people have pink auras, which is compassion, they go from pink to black quicker than anything else. That's condensing your energy. Black onyx, that helps you condense your energy, like flexing your muscle. Dragonstone jasper, that helps you pull in your energy that's outside of you. It helps you pull it in while you have the stone in your hands or on you. It helps you pull it in and then start to condense it. And then you put the black onyx on you too. And I call it black dragon because that's what it is. It takes the dragonstone jasper, brings the energy in, and then as soon as it gets closer, then the black onyx takes that and condenses that, and then you throw some star essonite in there. That's as strong as you can possibly get. Other than being cranked up and stuff like that. Something else. And anyway, there's something I want to say, but I want to finish what I'm talking about first. So when your spirit guides do this, they're just trying to get your attention to show you very softly and vaguely that there's more going on than you're aware of. Blah, excuse me. I've already had my triple-double shot espresso. As I am closer to dumping this body and being free again, it does, affect me a little bit mentally, harder physically. Anyway, they're trying to get your attention. You can use the best thing I know as far as a device is my rune cards to learn how to start reaching with your spirit guides. You can use any cards, any other cards. Tarot cards are great, love them. I've got 50-something sets of all these different kinds of cards. You can relax and just talk with them, whatever you want. But when you're just learning how to do this, those runes and the rune cards that I have, it's got all the different all these different symbols that all mean basically something, and the more you use them, the more you realize you're actually communicating with spirit. And then as you become more familiar and relaxed about it, then all of a sudden they'll use a different card they'll take a card or an image, because sometimes they just show you in the head, pineal, or solar plexus, or you can heart, you really feel feelings, but you can still see things. Anyway, they'll show you a different card. They'll show you a card, but give you a slightly different meaning. And you'll say, "Whoa, wait a minute! That's not what the card." Jay said the card means this. the definitions I have for those cards, that's what you start off with. Later on, your spirit guides are actually going to change the meaning of the card to get your attention. And once they've done so, and you realize their message was good, then you understand what? That you're communicating with them. Do you have abilities? Oh, hell yes. All of you, every one of you have abilities. Something else, I want to make a note here. There's so many people running around saying, I took this energy from you, I destroyed you, I banned you, I put a shield around you. Nobody can do that crap but me. I'm the only one that can do any of that crap, and I never do it unless it's some kind of big major to-do. So, things are very real. Metaphysical's very real. You're going to find out. When Frank Sue gets the Metaphysics podcast going, and we're working on it, this is his show. He's the mastermind. He helps me more than I help him. But there's things I know. And Frank knows that, and Frank knows he can trust me. He and I have been friends a long time. So, but when we have that show, people can call in. If you're one of the callers and I'm on the show that day, which I'll expect I'll be on quite a few of them, I'll go in and pop your head just real quick, boom, hit your pineal, and you'll feel it, and it's like, what? The hell was that? And well, it's me. I said I would, and I did. You felt it, and then I'm no more important or better than a leaf on a tree or a stone on the ground. We're all equal. It's just that creation was not made to be like that, never meant to be like that. And in a body, it's never been anything like that whatsoever. That's about to change. Those of you that I've, met and wanted to get cranked up, the vast majority of you, your spirit's so big when you're out of body that it will go from the east, if you're in the middle of the U.S., United States of America, it used to be anyway, your spirit, if you're in the middle of the U.S., your spirit would be touching both the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans. That's how big most all of you are. And after I crank you up, it's crazy. It's, forget it. Frank's energy, he's floating all over the place off the planet. So, I'm just using him for an example, but there's many, many of you. And on on my other YouTube channel, it's going to become like it's a podcast, but it's not a live one where people call in everything. I can't do that, and I just want to sit with some people and have them talk about their experiences, what it's like, what they're doing. And it helps you so that you know that there's something going on, and you listen to me, you say, well, this guy comes up with crazy crap that I've never heard of before, but there's something behind him, what he's been doing for over a decade, going into people cranking him up. And how is this guy not, on the main media? No, they don't want me on there. And I don't want to be on there. I don't want that. So in the very beginning, somebody tried to make this stuff about me, a group of people, and I shut them down. So it's not about me or anyone. It's about all of us. It's about each of us, individually and as a whole. The nasty controlling stuff is dead. The fight between quote-unquote good and evil, it was always, orchestrated to go back and forth and mess with you. No, that's just about, as soon as I'm out of here, that's gone. If something does become a problem, I'll deal with it. It'll have a chance to change, or it'll be deleted. I don't care. I do, but I don't. I mean, I care until it refuses to, to stop, and then it means nothing to me. I just kill it. Those of you that are new coming in, I know this sounds crazy, but things are what they are. So, but those little black blotches, it's just your spirit guides trying to say hello. They're trying to get your attention and start working with you. Not everybody sees them, but they're out there. And now that I've mentioned it, you'll pay more attention if you see that. You can only see it at the corner of your eye. Believe it or not, out of the corners of your eyes, the outer corners of your eyes, you can literally see. It's like a small window, but you can see multidimensionally. And actually, it's like one dimension off, one above, one below. Kind of like solar plexus vision. But poof, you see it and run. It's like, what was that? You know, you'll have seen it on and off since you were young, but you just kind of blow it off and say, oh, it was nothing. I just looked, I look and it's nothing there, so it was nothing. That was something. It was your spirit guide or guides. Most everyone has a primary male and female. Well, folks, if you see that energy, that little blotch, just relax and go to look at it. Doesn't matter if you're solar plexus, because then you go through the scanner. If you're pineal, then you go through the pineal. If you're heart, you can access both the pineal and the scanner, but you can also feel it more easily. Who is that? What is their intention? Is it male or female? By the time you start concentrating on that, usually starting with is it male or female, then you start to automatically focus. It's a natural thing. You don't have to try. The harder you try to wake up, the more you're staying in your conscious mind. Get out of there. We have to be conscious of things. Hey, I got to eat and I got to pay my car insurance. Damn, oh crap, electrical bill. Yeah, we got to pay these things. We have to pay attention. But when you're trying to do things metaphysically, you have to let go. Okay? By releasing the conscious mind, you open up, you flow with the field, and you just start getting there. Okay? Folks, love you all. You see the blotches? Enjoy them. They're there for a reason. Okay? There's almost nothing left in creation on the other side that's not in a body that's any kind of problem. And creation gets cleaned. Sometimes 2-3 times a day, but or at least 2 times a day. But there's sometimes I'll go 2-3 days without doing anything. But it's much calmer over there. So it's just not organized and it's not run yet. But it's not flowing properly yet, but it will be. Then your lives get a whole lot better, and then a certain amount of years, and everyone's going to be home all of a sudden. And then your new bodies are going to have, they're going to be energy bodies. A lot like the Fae. The Fae can actually condense their energy and make a body and then release it. But it won't be as thick as the Fae energy bodies. It'll be thinner. And if you get tired of having that life, which isn't going to be hard anyway, you can get out and go home. And then go in another one later. And the whole time you're in the body, you're going to see everyone on the other side. It's like going to college in another, or going to a fun college across the nation. It's like living, say you're stuck here in Georgia with me, and then you go to college in California. But you can always Skype and see everyone back home. That's what it's going to be like, and you can talk to them. Hey, what's going on? Then the angst, the anguish, the anxiety of separation from your real true self and those, that are part of you as far as your family on the other side, it's all the anxiety's gone. And if you really want to leave, you can. You can take yourself back home. And when you don't have all the abuse, when you're aware that you're in a new spirit body so that you can learn and get stronger and develop, you're not going to hardly want to leave, because you're there for a purpose, to evolve, to grow in strength. That's how things are about to be. No more of this abuse. I get aggressive sometimes, and that's evident on the J Era Essex channel, but it's my job to take care of everything, and I've never been able to do it except for the few moments I'm out of a body in between lives, and now this is my last life. And I had the bones, the upper metatarsal bones on my left foot, broken twice. Made videos of it. You could see the foot swelling bigger. Just sleeping. And no, I didn't kick the foot of the bed, because the bed never had a footboard or headboard on attached to it. So the other side's always been vicious, is what I'm saying, especially with me. They didn't want me talking about what's real. And now they got nothing to say about it, because they're gone. They don't exist anymore. They called me the destroyer over there. Well, there's a reason for it. And I'm not trying to sell you on some kind of hype or sell consultations or anything. I'm just telling you what's real. And the stronger you get, the more comfortable you are with your abilities. The more you use it, the better you get at it. Okay? You'll understand. You'll understand for yourself. And that's your knowledge. That belongs to you and no one else. So. And sometimes you say, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. Oh, I can't do this anymore. I made a mistake. I might make another one. Oh, for Pete's sake. Really? I'll tell you about a mistake I just made. Okay? Now, I've always told you, when you see something, it's real. It's just understanding it. I was up here, and I heard a noise outside. It was a very faint noise, a little like that. And then I started, that was an animal. It's an animal that's hurt. And I saw one of the two older cats that Deanne and I have been taking care of. I've been taking care of these animals since '92 when I got the house. When I bought the house. And then it was about 24 hours later. She didn't show up for food and everything, and I knew what was wrong. So it's like when Jonathan Rich died, when he passed, fell off the cliff. And he didn't jump. He slid off the cliff. He was controlled. I wish his heart would just damn quit. Anyway, so she didn't show up after 24 hours, and I went to look at it, and almost every animal born after, pretty much every single animal born after 2015, after June or July of 2015, has had human, fey, or femin solar essence inside it. Animal essence quit having lives. It was made to happen. It was a new law, and period. That's the way it is. That's the way it's been. So anyway, I went to go look at her, and she wouldn't hardly even look at me. It was like she was getting over one of the most tragic experiences a person could go through. And she, I tried to talk to her, and she's like, I got to deal with this. So I said, I'm sorry, and I, tried to calm her down and give her some affection, but the main thing was for me to be a positive feeling and just leave her alone. Animals go through so much people don't understand, respect, or care. I mean, everything's backwards, but I'm turning it around 180. And killing what we have for creation now and rebuilding, killing a lot of it. Okay? in some respects, it's killing over 40% of it, but that's just the individuals. And that's by numbers, not by amount of energy. That's the total numbers. But the actual way creation is run, it's over, with the way it works, it's almost 90% of everything's changing. But anyway, so my mistake was the next, a couple of days later, all of a sudden the other one, we call her Mama, she didn't show up to eat. And I went back inside the house and I was relaxing, and I went to look at her, and I went to the other side to see if she's there, because when they're out of the body I can see them and talk to them on the other side real easy. And I saw her head, and I saw her energy like this. So I said, I guess she's passing over, you know. No, she wasn't in the middle of passing over. She's really sick, and so her head's a little bit dizzy. I didn't take enough time to really look at what was going on, and you know, to take a better look at it, to get better information. What I saw was correct, but what I expected it to be was incorrect. When you see something, it doesn't mean it's an exact image. It's message. Or when we see an image, when we go to look at things, we're looking at energy. It has no physical body. It's got no physical body. We have to find a way to consciously, the conscious physical brain thinks physically. We have to take imagery that we have already, that we've seen, that we're aware of, and we have to try and relate it to what the information is that we're actually receiving ourselves or as a message, and then understand it. So there's no such thing as perfection. No such thing. People were told that it's real because that frustrates you. It makes your life harder, so that when you get out of the body, you grow even more. The need for all that's gone, and the ones controlling it, they're dead. So anyway, folks, look, love you. Take care, and we'll talk more soon. There's a lot of things I want you to understand before I go. And this room, what I have set up, it's going to get nicer. We're going to 4K from HD 2080. It's still going to be, like what you might call homegrown. No fancy studio and stuff. But that's money. If I had the money to do all that, I'd spend it on animals, people that need it. The message is important, but at least the videos need to be a little better. And we're going to be doing most of all that stuff on Zoom, because it's clearer than Skype. I don't like any of them, but Bill Gates is Skype, and he sucks. And then Zoom is the Chinese government, and they suck. So whatever. Doesn't matter. Besides, maybe some of those people will get some information out of it. If not, that's okay. They're not going to be around much longer. Anyway, so if I seem kind of aggressive sometimes, you have no idea what I am, what's inside this body. Very loving and compassionate, but it's protective. And there's so much abuse going on, that protective part of me literally fires up. It's like this huge black dragon. Anyway, folks, love you. Take care and have a good one.